Oh, it's all good, man. I'm glad we caught up. I'm looking forward to getting into not what you think in your world of music. So thank you. I appreciate it.
So cool.
So let's begin our journey with this. 6 years ago, this pandemic was changing our lives, changing so much. How did you get through that era, and how has it changed the way that you do things today?
Um, it was a weird time, especially for us musicians, because at the time I was living in a small apartment in Paris with my girlfriend. She's a musician. She was a musician too, and so yeah, basically we stopped, uh, we stopped playing gigs and concerts for at the beginning for 3 months, and then it got more complicated in France, and yeah, basically there were two really rocky couple of years. So yeah, I guess as a musician, it made us understand that um, maybe we took everything for granted, and sometimes everything could stop, and we had to find other ways to, live our lives basically, and but also it made us creative. Lots of people started publishing videos on Instagram and stuff, and it was interesting to to explain the way they were working at their place, working on their instrument, their music, and also trying to put together small concerts on video and online. And so yeah, it was difficult, but also ultimately creative, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. So let's get into the new album. It came out in October, Not What You Think. Talk to me a little bit about this project and how it feels. Just give me kind of an overview of the project.
Yeah, so it's basically our first album, so we're really proud of it, and it's a project I had in mind for years now. Um, but I guess the current version started a year ago, maybe a little more. But prior to that, there was a first version of the band with the same drummer, Curtis, and another guitar player. And we tried to put something together, I guess, 4 years ago, and it went well at first, and then the guitarist had other projects to attend, so he left the band basically, and I was kind of I didn't know what to do really, because to me he was the yeah, he was the right person for the job. Some when you have this idea of the sound you want and the kind of music you want, it can be difficult to find the right person for the job. So I took my time basically. I took the time to listen to other folks and how they were playing. And yeah, and the great thing that happened with Jean-Loup, who is the current guitar player on the project, was that I met him. He was basically subbing for someone else it was a big band concert, because I was writing big band music too. And so yeah, basically he subbed for the guy last minute, and it went great because he had this way of playing in a really relaxed way, like he was playing perfectly all the notes, and it was at times really complicated music, and he played it really great, but also with a particular way of uh, making it his own music, and I really like strong personalities in music, and so yeah, and basically everything was right, like the sound, the timing,
Yeah,
basic stuff, but
yeah.
not so basic. So
Yeah.
it was great, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe he could be the guy actually for Baby Vortex. So we tried to play a couple of tunes with him, and everything clicked, in a second. So I was like, okay, cool, let's go.
I love it. So as your debut, it's a big deal. Your shout out into the world of music. What are you hoping the listener gets from this album?
Um, you know, I I'd like them to connect with the mood we are trying to pass through the music. What's important to me is the way it makes me feel. Um, I like to think we are playing something a little original. Um, so I don't know. Sometimes when I talk to people, they're like, "Yeah, I really like, that particular tune because it speaks to me in a really personal way, or this other tune, and I really like that." And it's what I'm pursuing, really, writing this kind of music is there are different elements, funky stuff and more weird meditative stuff too. And so yeah, it's I'm trying to convey, emotions and how they can relate to that, basically. So yeah, and so yeah, and it's our first album. So yeah, we are trying to get some traction in the press, some journal, some yeah, some journalists they're interested in what we're doing. So this is cool.
I love it. So, how did this journey into music begin for you? Take me back to your beginnings. How did this
Oh
career
wow.
begin and become your passion?
It started a really long time ago actually. I started playing the violin when I was a little kid. I played the violin, classical violin, like for 4 years, I guess, and I wasn't so interested in it. So I would go to my violin lesson and then go back to my place and start playing the piano, basically, because there was a piano at my parents' house, and I was more interested in piano than I was in violin. So, and I used to try to play by ear what I will listen to on the radio or um, or my parents' CDs, and yeah, this is how it started basically. So I had in the beginning, I guess I had no formal training, for the piano. It was me just trying to play the notes,
Yeah.
what I heard, what I was hearing. So. And what happens next is yeah, so my parents knew I wasn't really interested in violin, and so they talked about it to their friends, I guess, and someone said to them, there's this new school in Bordeaux, which is my hometown in the south of France, and there was this school that was really jazz oriented, and uh, and at that time, I don't know, I was maybe I guess I was 12. And I started to be really into jazz. Like I had a couple CDs, I was listening to them, and so they were like, "Why not? Let's try it." So yeah, I started taking lessons there, and there was this great piano player at the time called Joseph Ganter, and he was kind of one of the big guys in Bordeaux in jazz music. So I started getting lessons with him, and it turned out really well. And also we had these group sessions where I was playing with other kids, and it was cool, and I really liked it very much. And yeah, so it lasted for I guess 5 or 6 years. And fast forward to my early 20s, I guess, and yeah, at that time I was studying, at the university, and I kind of was into it, but not really. I knew that I wanted to be eventually a musician. But I wasn't, completely sure this was the right path for me. So yeah, I was thinking about it a lot, and finally, what happened is I it's funny because I was trying to get my driving license actually, and so I took driving lessons, and then it lasted for I don't know quite some time. And and so there was the driving exam, and I failed it completely. I failed it totally. I was super. Uh, I was I was scared basically of the whole thing. So I failed it, and I was going back to my place, and on the road to my place, I saw There was this I don't know how to say it. That, someone had written, on a piece of paper, basically, we are looking for musicians
Yeah.
uh, at this place near the university where, lots of people used to go and just to have a beer and we are yeah we are looking for musicians to just to play music some nights in the week and it was like the universe was talking to me
Yeah.
because I was so depressed because of the driving thing and suddenly okay this is a it was like it was speaking to me. So I called them and yeah, I started basically playing I guess it was 2 days a week with my friend. He was singing and I was playing the piano and yeah, I enjoyed it very much. It was really cool. And we had this thing where we would give the clients a little piece of paper and they could write the tunes they wanted to hear. And it was really cool too because, they would ask for tunes I didn't know at all, and so it made me, listen to a lot of things and yeah, and it started like that. And it's interesting because um, yeah, I've played with a lot of singers actually, and I guess it started, at that time. The importance of the song, you know.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with words, with lyrics. Baby Vortex, we don't, and there's no singer on it, but it's important to me, like there's a structure and something that catches the ear, you know. I think I got that from that time, maybe.
Yeah. So, do you remember the first live show you saw that blew you away, that kind of laid some foundations for your love of music and approaching the stage?
Mm, there's a couple. There's one, when I was 15, I was really into Brad Meldo. I'm still into Brad Meldo. I love Brad, but the first concert I got to see him in playing in Bordeaux actually was wow. I was sitting on the first row,
Yeah.
I went, I was looking at him probably really intensely. Uh, I hope he wasn't too scared because I must have been like that. So yeah, it was a really important moment to me, and of course I saw him playing lots of other times. But yeah, this first time was really something. And there's another concert too at the same around the same time in Bordeaux. I think it was Ravi Coltrane actually, and Ravi was playing in quartet, and I didn't, to be honest, I didn't understand much about his music at the time. I wasn't educated enough, but I did enjoy the concert. But what I do remember is they did an encore. They did an encore, and when the encore started, they called their friend Jeff Tain Watts, who was sitting at in the room, and so he sat in on the stage with them. And I don't remember who was the other drummer, but I can tell you when he started playing, something totally changed. Like the whole sound, the whole volume, the whole dynamics of the band on stage totally shifted. And and the funny part is I couldn't see him because there was this big pillar, in the middle of the room, and the way I was seated, I couldn't see him, but I just heard something change totally.
Yeah.
And and I was like, who is this guy? And my friends were like, yeah, it's Jeff Steinwatts, man. He's.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and it's interesting because I've always been really into drummers from that time. Like to me, the drummer is probably the most important, person in any jazz band or uh, it's always the first person I look I try to find when I'm putting together a new band. Like to me, the drummer is. I'm not gonna say it's everything, but it's really a really really important part. And yeah, and that was demonstrated to me, that day basically.
Somebody told me years ago that that's how Miles Davis constructed his bands. It
Oh
was
yeah,
always the drummer first, and then he built everything around it. So,
that
yeah,
makes so much sense, man.
following the master. So, What is it that you like the best about being a professional musician? What gets you up every day? Why do you love doing this?
Um, it's interesting, I think it's changed a lot, you know, across the years. Like when I was younger, the only thing that I was interested in was, playing my instrument, playing the piano, learning tunes, being good at, improvising and playing with other people. And and I still like that. I still like that, but also I think now I'm more focused in just putting people together, um, trying to find yeah the right people for the music and trying to I don't know how to say it. But yeah, I'm still super interested. The good part is I still found sorry, I there's still, a lot of stuff I get to learn like every day.
Yeah,
Like it's maybe at some point you're like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna get any better, and so what's the point? Or but I'm not finding that yet. I still see a lot of things I want to learn about, and there's some things I've been studying for years now, like the sound of the instrument, the way to play um, musical sentences, and yeah, I think I'm more interested now in really the sound of the band, how we complete each other.
yeah,
This is really, really important to me. But yeah, I don't know. It's so diverse,
yeah,
from the writing to the playing to meeting people. I've done something really great. Last week, I was playing in a small town in the south of France called Cahors, and it was really nice. We got to play the second day, and the first day was the master class. So we gave the master class to the kids, jazz students, and I loved it. It was really great, and I guess I haven't done that often because I spend a lot of time playing in bands and not so much teaching. I've done that a couple times, and I love it, but it really made me think. We tried to get them to play the tunes from the band I was playing with at that time, and they're not easy tunes, but they had worked on it and they were super into it, and they weren't thinking too much. Everybody was just like, yeah, let's play, and so the mood was great, and yeah, and I was like, yeah, I want to do that, more often. This is great.
yeah,
This is you know,
absolutely.
so
So, Baby Vortex's debut album, um, Not What You Think. If anybody wants a copy, they want to catch you live. Anything going on in your world, where's the best place for people to go?
you mean where we're playing currently,
Well,
or
yeah, to find out
there's a
about
tour?
live shows, touring, and if they want to get
Yeah,
a copy of the album.
yeah. So yeah, we had this great concert next week. Actually, it's in a great place in Paris called La Petite Halle. And I'm really glad we get to play there. And we're opening for a band called Fun, and it's a great, French jazz band, and so it's gonna be a great night. I'm
Yeah,
really looking forward to play it, and so yeah, and basically, so they can listen to us on the all the platforms, Spotify and everything, and they could contact me directly if they want a copy of the album. I will send it to them, no problem. So yeah,
wonderful. Wonderful. I will put all these links on the show notes. I'm looking forward to profiling on the show. Thank you so
so
much
cool.
for taking a minute out today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe.
It's
Thank you so much.
Neon Jazz.